What you're about to see is a wild courtroom showdown. James Earl Garner, a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen, is facing 17 serious charges, everything from driving with an expired license, no insurance, to improper plates. Sounds straightforward, right? Not for him. From the moment he steps into the courtroom, he refuses to acknowledge the judge, the court, or even state his own name properly. Things escalate fast. Garner challenges the court's authority, asking who the injured party is and citing obscure legal principles, thinking he can stall the process. But Judge Simpson isn't having it. With firm clarity, he explains that the people of Detroit and the state of Michigan are the victims here, not some abstract concept Garner wants to argue about. Despite multiple warnings, Garner continues to interrupt and defy court procedures, testing the judge's patience. This leads to the ultimate courtroom consequence: he's held in contempt. And it doesn't stop there. Judge Simpson sentences him to 30 days in Wayne County Jail with no early release, telling him he better read up on his rights. This case is a perfect example of why sovereign citizen tactics rarely work in real courts. Defying procedures and refusing to cooperate. That only ends in harsher consequences. Stick around, because this courtroom confrontation is intense, unbelievable, and shows exactly what happens when someone tries to challenge the system the wrong way.
Sir,
Good morning.
what is your middle name? Can you remove your hat, please? And your scarf. What is your middle name, Mr. Garner?
Errol.
Earl?
No.
Mr. Garner, do you want to offer on these or do you want to go to trial?
I would like to know what the charges are.
Okay. This is the city of Detroit versus James Earl Garner. Case number SP 11000435, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 11695. Those are driving license expired, misdemeanor, no insurance, insurance misdemeanor. Thank you. And an improper plate misdemeanor. All of them punishable by maximum possible penalty of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. SP 1169507, counts 1 and counts 2, expired license and no insurance misdemeanor, both punishable by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. SP 1169521, same improper plates, same punishment, $500 in 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines, maximum possible penalty. SP 1223079, driver one license suspended. SP 1273761, SP 1927512. 3 of those tickets are drive all punishable by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. SP 1547006, counts 1, counts 2, and counts 3. Those are civil infractions. SP 1547407, counts 1 and counts 2. Count 1 being a driver while license suspended repeat offender. This one is in warrant status, probably an old case that he didn't pay. SP 800104, counts 1 and counts 2. 1 being an unregistered untitled. He owes $1,194 on that. And SP and count 2 of that is a drove while license improper. It looks like he has a $114 fine on that. State of Michigan versus James Earl Garner, case number SX 362685661. That is a drove while license expired, and that will be $500 maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris on behalf of Mr. Garner. Mr. Garner, please state your name for the record.
First off, I do have a
You
couple
got to
of
state your
questions.
name first. You got to state your name first.
No,
Let's start there.
wait a minute, Ms. Harris. Wait a minute, Ms. Harris. I think Mr. Garner is going to represent himself. Am I correct, Mr. Garner?
I'm representing myself in what? I mean, I'm confused about what's actually going on. First off, who's alleging these charges? That's what I'm curious about.
State of Michigan, City of Detroit.
Okay, well, if that's the case, there's a common law principle which states that for there to be a crime, there must be a victim. Corpus delicti. The state cannot be the injured party. And in the absence of a victim, there can be no crime.
We want to do
withdrawing my name from the record on that one. Thank you.
I know. How do you want to proceed, Mr. Garner? You set the matter. I'll enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. Give him a $0 bond. Either set the matter for trial, or I'll wait for the city to give you an offer. What do you want to do?
Well, the court hasn't even established jurisdiction. I mean, in order for jurisdiction has to be established first, and there's no jurisdiction established. And once jurisdiction is challenged, that must be settled before charges can be brought.
All right. Do you want to put that in a motion, sir?
As far as I'm concerned, any and all charges must be dismissed because there is no complaining witness, and the state cannot be.
I'm not gonna listen. If that's your motion, I'm gonna deny the motion. Okay. So all we're gonna do now, we're not gonna keep going back and forth. Either you take an offer or you set the matter for trial. Which one do you want?
Respectfully, in order for this to continue, there must be a complaining witness, and the state cannot be a complaining witness. Now, if I'm entitled to a fair trial, the law states there must be a victim. I'm just requesting, who is the victim? Who did I injure?
The citizens of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan are the victims.
The state cannot be a victim. And if that's the case,
I said the citizens of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan are the victims.
If that's the case,
Mr. Garner, can we just go into a breakout room and then maybe I can give you a little bit of advice to assist you with moving forward? Would you be agreeable to that?
Sure.
Okay. Representing himself.
Let's go back on the record with Garner. What do you want to do, Mr. Garner? Do you want a trial date, or you want an offer? Those are really your only two options.
Okay, since we are on the record, all I'm asking for is the
Okay, one last time. Now listen. Here's how it's going to go from this point on. If you don't answer the question that I asked specifically, then I'm going to hold you in contempt of court, and we're going to move from that point on, right?
So you're telling me,
Mr. Garner, we're not going to have a conversation. Stop, sir. Now, that's the last time I'm going to ask you to
on the law. Is that what I'm hearing?
All right.
I'm asking.
I'm going to hold Mr. Garner in contempt of court. He is directly violating the court's order. I've asked him repeatedly to not interfere or add any extra commentary to this case. I've given him ample time to answer the court's question, and he continues to refuse to do so. So now I'm going to hold you in contempt, and I'm going to sentence you to 30 days Wayne County Jail. No early release.
So that means that the court is just going to violate my rights because I'm defending myself? Is that what I'm hearing?
30 days, Wayne County Jail, no early release. That'll give you some chance and some time to read up on your rights, okay? Fill out the contempt papers, Madam. So I'm going to order you to turn yourself in today, Mr. Garner, to start that jail time, okay?
So I have a question.
I'm not answering any more of your questions. Turn yourself in to the Wayne County Jail today.
So the court is going to be in direct violation of my rights and the law. Is that where we're standing?
That's how you feel. Have a good day, sir.
You are about to witness one of the most intense courtroom confrontations involving a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen, James Earl Garner. He walks into the courtroom facing 17 charges, from driving with an expired license to lack of insurance, improper plates, and other traffic violations. What should have been a routine legal matter quickly turns into chaos the moment Garner refuses to acknowledge the court, the judge, or even state his name correctly. From the very beginning, it's clear that this is not going to be an ordinary hearing. Garner immediately challenges the authority of the court. He asks who the injured party is and argues that the court has no jurisdiction over him, citing obscure legal concepts that sound convincing to the untrained ear but hold no weight in actual law. He believes that by using this legal jargon, he can stall the proceedings or even avoid consequences. However, Judge Simpson is calm, firm, and unshakable. The judge explains clearly that the citizens of Detroit and the state of Michigan are the victims of Garner's traffic violations. He makes it clear that the law applies equally to everyone, no matter what arguments a defendant tries to make. Garner refuses to follow basic courtroom procedures. He interrupts the judge, refuses to answer straightforward questions, and acts as if he can outsmart the system by simply ignoring it. Each time the judge attempts to move the hearing forward, Garner creates another disruption, asking irrelevant questions or making statements that do not pertain to the charges at hand. The tension in the room rises as the judge patiently repeats instructions, explaining over and over what is required of him. But Garner continues to defy the process, believing that his understanding of sovereign citizen law will protect him. The judge issues multiple warnings. Garner is told to answer questions, acknowledge the court, and participate in the hearing. But he ignores these instructions, thinking that persistence and confusion will give him the upper hand. He refuses to state his full legal name, argues against the court's jurisdiction, and continues to demand explanations for legal concepts that do not impact his case. His actions escalate the situation, moving from defiance to outright contempt. At one point, the judge loses patience. He points out that the court has no obligation to engage with unfounded legal arguments and that Garner's constant interruptions are wasting time and obstructing justice. The judge holds Garner in direct contempt of court, a serious action that reflects the consequences of refusing to cooperate in any legal proceeding. This is a turning point in the hearing. Garner's attempts to manipulate the system backfire completely, and the courtroom becomes a stark demonstration of what happens when someone refuses to respect legal procedures. The tension continues as the judge explains that Garner's behavior leaves the court with no choice but to impose a jail sentence. Garner believes he can argue his way out, but the judge makes it clear that disobeying court orders, refusing to cooperate, and attempting to disrupt the proceedings will not be tolerated. The verdict is firm and unequivocal: 30 days in Wayne County Jail with no early release. Garner is ordered to surrender immediately, with the judge commenting that maybe he should go, read up on his rights. The sentence is a clear statement. Legal theories and sovereign citizen tactics do not override established law. Throughout the hearing, it becomes evident that Garner's behavior is not unique. Sovereign citizens often try to challenge jurisdiction, refuse to provide identifying information, or cite obscure legal concepts. What this case illustrates is that these tactics almost never work. Courts are well aware of these strategies and have established procedures to handle them. Repeatedly ignoring the law or trying to bend it to personal beliefs does not result in victory, it results in consequences that are often harsher than the original charges might have warranted. Garner's story is both dramatic and instructive. It shows what happens when someone chooses confrontation over compliance, theory over procedure, and defiance over understanding the law. His refusal to cooperate creates tension, delays the hearing, and ultimately seals his fate. The courtroom becomes a lesson in authority, showing that the legal system is designed to function efficiently, fairly, and without being manipulated by those who claim special knowledge or rights that the law does not recognize. From start to finish, this hearing is tense, chaotic, and at times almost unbelievable. Garner's insistence on arguing jurisdiction and refusing to state his name properly creates a scenario that many viewers have never seen before. It demonstrates how legal systems respond when individuals attempt to challenge them without any basis in recognized law. The judge remains calm and authoritative, enforcing the rules and ensuring that the law is upheld, even in the face of continual disruption. By the end of the hearing, the lessons are clear. Sovereign citizen tactics, no matter how clever they seem, rarely succeed. Attempts to disrupt legal procedures, defy authority, or challenge jurisdiction without a solid legal foundation only lead to contempt charges, jail time, and additional consequences. Garner's 30-day sentence in Wayne County Jail serves as a stark warning. Ignoring the law has real-world repercussions. For viewer, this case is more than just courtroom drama, it's a lesson in reality. The law applies equally to everyone, and no amount of pseudo-legal knowledge can bypass established procedures. Garner's confrontations highlight the limits of these tactics and show the importance of understanding the difference between legal theory and legal reality. His story is a cautionary tale, demonstrating that the courtroom is a place where facts, law, and procedure matter above all else. In every exchange, interruption, and challenge, the hearing underscores the importance of following legal procedures. Garner's refusal to comply is a textbook example of what not to do. The courtroom operates on rules, not personal beliefs. Sovereign citizen arguments that ignore these rules do not succeed. They fail spectacularly, often with consequences far worse than the original charges. This extended examination of Garner's hearing is both compelling and educational. It shows exactly how a sovereign citizen confrontation unfolds, how judges respond, and how legal systems maintain authority despite disruptive tactics. Viewer witness firsthand how persistent defiance leads directly to contempt charges and jail time, reinforcing the principle that no one is above the law. By observing this case, it becomes clear that respect for the court, cooperation, and understanding of legal procedures are essential. Garner's choice to defy all three principles results in a dramatic and instructive outcome. The courtroom drama demonstrates that legal systems are structured to enforce rules efficiently, and attempts to evade them through argumentation or pseudo-legal tactics are futile. In the end, James Earl Garner's story serves as a cautionary tale. The 30-day jail sentence is not just a punishment, it's a lesson for anyone considering challenging the system through sovereign citizen methods. The case reminds viewer that laws exist for a reason, and defying them has consequences. It is a gripping, tense, and educational courtroom encounter that highlights the clash between personal beliefs and legal reality.